And we're going to be working with one mudra, which is bring the thumbs together and then the index fingers pointing downwards, the remaining fingers interlaced. Yeah, and then just relax that hand on there. So the, I'll probably just go back. So the index fingers is pointing to the seat, to the floor, and the thumbs are pointing towards the navel. And just relax your hands. And once you've got the mudras, just relax and close your eyes. So again, if you need to sit on a chair, do that. We're going to be here not for too long, so just be sensible about way and be comfortable. So feeling that contact between your fingers of the opposite hands together and letting it settle. And now taking a moment to adjust our posture. So elongating the spine, opening the chest. Bring the shoulders up to the ears and then back, and then just drop them nicely. So making sure the back is nice and long, the natural curvatures in the back, so we're not going forward, we're not exaggerating any of the curves in the back, just natural. And also, if your legs need to be in front or whatever, just feeling comfortable. And close your eyes. Your face nice and relaxed. So we're going to be doing a little bit of a body scan. And as I name the various body parts, you can bring some relaxation to that body part. So the feet, feel the contact between the feet and the floor. The calves and the floor. Feel the contact between the thighs and the floor. And feel your legs. And bringing any relaxation if you need to. And the hips and the buttocks. The lower back. The middle back. And the upper back relaxed. The abdomen relaxed. The chest relax, the belly relax, the chest open, nice and wide, and the neck relax. If you need to, just bring your head forward and back a little bit so that you can adjust your position, do so. And now bring your attention to your mouth, the teeth, a little bit of room between the teeth, the tongue detached from the upper palate, lips are lightly closed, and feel the mouth is completely relaxed. Cheeks are relaxed, nose relaxed, ears relaxed, and your forehead relaxed. The head and the scalp completely relaxed. So taking a moment here, just relaxing any part of the body. So we hold tension occasionally, well, a lot more in the shoulders and in the face as well. So making sure you relax as much as you can. And taking a few deep breaths. So inhaling deep into the abdomen. The abdomen goes away from the body, inflating with air, and then exhaling, the abdomen goes back in. So inhaling only through the nose and also silently. Deep doesn't mean noisy. Deep just means that it goes down to the abdomen. So focusing on your breath. The aim of today's class is to be fully aware of what we're doing, to do the asanas joyfully, to enjoy them. And so the class focus today is about balance. So there is quite a few things happening at the moment in the country, and also there is a bit of springing, and so there's a bit of change around us and things that are a bit strange. So we're just practicing this yoga of balance to help us stay grounded and balanced. So the mudra that you've got in your hand is the Yoni Mudra, and it helps to balance the opposing but complementary energies in your body. So the two brain hemispheres, and it helps us to feel quite grounded, and as well in terms of our emotions and our mind. So now bringing you the focus to the little triangle, leave the breath alone. Mentally focus on the triangle almost that your finger makes, and keep your attention there for a moment. So if you can explain to the mind that please leave me alone now, I'm going to concentrate on this class, I'm going to be fully present, I will deal with you later on. So whenever thoughts come, just try and say that you will deal with them after the class. So we're taking a little bit of a trip inside the body, in touch with our higher self, and leaving the mind and the emotions, which are our lower self, just a little bit apart for now, taking a little break from them and connect with that divine within us all. Okay, so now slowly letting go of your hands, of the mudra, just opening your eyes short, and we will chant Om 3 times. Sahano bhunaktu saviryam karavavahe tejasvinavaditamastu ma vitvishavai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So welcome everyone, and we're gonna so I've talked to you already about what we're going to do today. So balance. So we're starting on the floor. So lying on your right arm, bringing the hips one on top of the other, and so if you need a pillow or a cushion here to rest your head, you can do. So once you are here, bringing the left arm on the left leg, and then we're going to work with the breath. So the hips are stacked one on top of each other, and inhale, left leg up, exhale down, not too high, we're just starting. Inhale, left leg, and the hips might want to move a little bit. Just feel the work in the core area that needs to happen, so that you do not need, so that your hips don't move. So inhale up and exhale down. So the legs are not lifting too high up. If you do lift high up, then what will happen is the hips will go down, and that's not what this exercise is about. So we're just trying balancing on the floor. So if you feel good to close your eyes, go ahead. If it doesn't feel right for you today, then keep your eyes open, but focus them on something, on your breath. Keep your attention on your breath, inhaling up and exhaling down. And now just take a little rest here. And now we're going to bring the left arm across to the opposite side and then the leg back. So feeling that stretch. So we'll inhale, we bring the leg out, the right leg back, the left arm out, and then exhale, coming back to the center. So we'll do that a few more times. So again, making sure that the hips stay on top, on top of the other. So staying with the movement and enjoying the movement, enjoying the peace. So again, making sure the hips are not going to the back and focusing on what needs to work for you to be in this position. So next time your left leg goes behind and your arm goes there, so stay there and breathe. So just holding that position. And if your hips going back a little bit, then just bring them still stack one on top of the other. Breathe. It's a little bit harder than it looks. If you're doing it properly, if your hips are stacked one on top of the other, and then bringing the left arm on top of the left leg. So now bring the left foot on the floor, bring the left hand in front like so, and then we're just going to lift this right leg up a little bit. So inhale up and exhale down. So if you feel like you want to hold your head and bring your head up here, you can do. So just working the inside of the right leg. So again here, making sure you're not going like this, but you're just focusing, just that right leg is lifting up. And couple more. It might not lift very far, that's okay. So the left hand there is just for balance, really. And relax for a moment, and then go back in this position where we started. So now bring your left hand back in front where, if you need it, just for balance. And then we'll inhale both legs up and then exhale down. We'll do that a few more times. Inhale up, exhale down. Again, making sure that the hips are not going too far back, and down. Two more. Inhale up and down. One more. Inhale up and down, and relax. And now just turn to the other side. So you're now lying on your left hand side. So I'm just swapping side this way so you can still see me, but you don't have to. You can just switch the other way from where you are. Okay, so we'll do the same thing this time. So lying on the left hand, the right leg is on top, making sure that your hips are stacked, and just taking a moment here to help the body balance. So even this is just quite challenging in some ways if your balance is not very good. So now inhale, top leg up and down. Inhale, so you can flex your foot a little bit, keeping it engaged. The right foot. Inhale up, exhale down. So you don't have to go high up, and you can only go as high as your hips can stay stacked up. Where is the mind? Where is the breath? Movement with breath. So a couple more. And then we're now going to do the bit to the side. So bringing the right arm now to the opposite corner of the room. And then the top leg goes in the opposite diagonal. So feeling the body grow quite tall and then exhale back. So inhale and exhale back to the center. So a few more times, coordinating movement with breath, making sure the hips not going back. So this is slow as your body allows. So a diagonal line between the right arm and the left foot, very tall, and back. And one more, and back. And then now we'll inhale, and then we'll breathe in this position. So feeling the balance, the body is having to balance quite a bit to keep you in this position. So if you collapse the hips, then it's going to be quite easy, and it defeats the purpose of the exercise. So try and keep the hips stacked. Breathe. Never hold the breath in these exercises when we're doing things. And then bringing the arms back to the center. And now, if you like, support your head with your left hand. Bring the right hand in front, just for balance. You don't have to if you don't want to. And then in this case, bringing the right foot on the floor, and then lifting the left leg. So inhale up, exhale down. There is no movement in my upper body. So it's just that leg. So you might find it's quite hard. You might not be able to go very far, and that's okay. And the reason it's hard is because we don't normally use these muscles, but they exist. They're part of our physical body. Again, if you like doing your asanas with your eyes closed, you can. If you like to do them with the eyes open, that's okay too. And then relax back with the hips stacked, with the legs long and the left arm long. And now we're going to do both legs up. So seal legs. So inhale, both legs up. Exhale down. 3 more times with your own breath. Inhale up. Exhale down with control. And down. It doesn't matter if you can't lift too much, but do it so that your hips are not moving forward or back. And then if you want to try, you can just lift both legs up and then just breathe here, and making sure you're not putting too much weight on your right hands, your right fingertips. This is just there for balance. So just breathing here for a moment and relax. Okay, so now we're going to go into our next exercise, which is rolling onto all fours. Okay, so in all fours, yeah, we're all there. So the hands are directly underneath the shoulders. And if you've got very tight shoulders, you can walk your hands one hand in front. And again, we will work on making sure that the weight is distributed in all corners of the hands. So not just the wrist. So consciously just do that. And also there is this bit of the arm, the inside of the arm here. I'll call it the eye of the arm for now. So if you can, in this position, making the eyes of the look at each other of the hands. So just adjusting it a little bit, see if that works for you. If it really doesn't work for you, then just do whatever you normally do, but making sure the weight is everywhere. So this just kind of changes it a little bit. It's not neither right nor wrong. It's just seeing how you get on and just moving the hand in a slightly different way. So your knees are directly underneath the hips. So we're going to do the tiger pose. So we'll inhale, bending the right knee. Exhale, knee to nose. So inhale, right leg bend. Exhale, knee to nose. And again here, trying to keep the hips square. And if you have problems in your wrist, you can always use your fist. So when our foot is bent at the back, when our knee is bent, sorry, we are looking up, and then exhale, the head goes down. So inhale, bent knee, look up, and try and keep the hips straight, and then exhale, knee to nose. One more time. And then knee to nose. And then now outstretch that right leg. So breathe normally here. And then you can look at a point in front of you that's not moving on the floor or a little bit ahead of you. And then if you feel good, you can lift the left arm up and then just feel the balance there and breathe. So feeling where you're needing to work to keep in the balance, and just check in with your hips that they are level. So the back foot and the right foot can be just flex here, and then slowly bring the hands down and the leg down. If you need to take a break with your wrist, go ahead. You can come on the fist, or if you're okay, then we'll do the other side. So inhale, bend, left leg, look up. Exhale, knee to nose. 2 more, 3 more. Inhale, looking up, feel the stretch in the chin. Exhale, curving the spine, feeling that movement. So the knee is bent, stays bent all the time, in fact. And last one. And then now we outstretch that left leg, making sure your hips are square. And then you can just stay here. But if you feel you have got the balance, bringing the right arm up and looking at a point that's not moving. So for all balanced poses, the idea is to fix a point that doesn't move. So feel the work. If you need to make any changes, you can feel. And of course, if you need to come out of a position before I ask you to, then feel free to rest in child pose, rest in the Shavasana pose, however you like. And then coming down and taking a moment in child pose. So child pose is buttocks to the heels. You can have your knees quite close together, or if you need them wide apart, you can do this. So if this doesn't work for you, you can just rest in the Shavasana position, or you can just rest in cross-legged position, any way that feels good for you, if this is not sensible for your knees. And if you're here, so the key is to have the buttocks to the heels, and then if your head doesn't get to the floor, then hold your chin in your hands by making a little nice tripod there, and breathe. Or you can bring the head down, let the head relax. You can make 2 fists, let the head rest there. Or if the head goes nicely on the floor, bring your arms back, let the shoulders relax. So many versions there. So choose your favorite version of child pose, learn them all so that you know each time which version of child pose you prefer. when the mind is busy, it's nice to get the head down on the floor if you can. And if the mind is, if we're feeling a bit too introverted, then it's nice to kind of stay up, propped up. Okay. So now we're just going to come into the plank pose. So if we go back into all fours, so the plank pose, we do it quite a bit in the sun salutations. You all know it very well, but we're just going to hold it a little bit longer today. So I will talk you through. So again, hands underneath the shoulders, just adjust your hands. And then we'll, without moving the upper body, we'll just stretch one leg back, coming on the tip of your toes. Without moving the upper body, we'll just lift the other knee. If this is too much for you, just stay here with both knees on the floor. So here, if you've done exactly what I've said, your body should be in perfect alignment. If you've had to move a little bit, then you could be that your body is a little bit higher up. So feel free to bring the knees down anytime. So now exhale the shoulders back a little bit and looking down, and feel that work in the core. If this is too much, just bring the knees down, no problem. So you can still do this with the knees down and feeling the weight on the hands. So whichever you like. For those of you who are enjoying this, please smile. And then we all come down, and then we'll go into child pose one more time. Your favorite child pose position. Okay, and then we get up and on our knees, if that's okay for you. If this is not okay, you can do the same pose standing up. So we did this last time. We outstretch the right leg. So if you can, ideally the right foot is on the floor, if that works for your body. Hips are square. And we're going to be doing the almost a version of the triangle on the floor, or it's called Parigrasana or the gate pose. And so bringing your right hand on your right thigh, lift your left arm up, relax both shoulders. So elongate your body, feel that lift, but then your shoulders are relaxed. Take a breath there. And then on your next exhalation, bending to the right, sliding your hand down the leg and keeping the upper body nice and strong and straight and open. So your left hand can be on your shoulder. You can relax your neck in your neck. You can look wherever you like, as long as your neck is relaxed. Your hands can be on your left waist. It can be onto your right waist. You feel a nicer opening in the upper body if you can get it there, or you can lift your arm up, or you can bring your arm over the ear, over the left ear, and like so. So in this position, just breathe and enjoy the openness in the position, following your breath on the left side of the body. If you're holding any tension, if you can kind of let go of that tension, do so if it's not needed for you to be in this pose. And then coming back to the center, and then we're going to change side. So this time, outstretch your left leg, the left foot on the floor if possible. Turn the hips to the center. Left hand relax on the left thigh. Inhale, right arm up. So drop the right shoulder, relax the left shoulder. And then now just lengthen the body a little bit making sure you've not now tensed the shoulders, relax the shoulders again if need be. And then with an exhalation, bending to the left, sliding the left hand on the left leg. So again, you choose your arm position. The right arm can be on the right waist, on the left waist. So if you do it on the left waist, you feel a nice opening here in the upper body. I'm more interested in that openness in the upper body than how far down the leg you go. So making sure you're also feeling a bit of a stretch here in the inner leg. And just breathe here. Your arm can also be over the ears or straight up. So you choose. There's always options, whatever works for your body today, not last week. And here, breathing and noticing where you're holding tension in your body. So do you need that tension? Can we use the out breath to let go of tension a little bit? So one thing that we can learn and take off the mat is to notice when we build tension in our body. So when something upsetting happens, something not going our way, we kind of crisp and our body changes. So it's nice to be able to pick up on that so that you can relax quite soon without letting it harm your body. So people who do yoga asanas are more body aware. They understand their body and they can use it in an intelligent way to help relieve tension and have less pain and also regulate the mind. So a couple more breaths here. And then coming back to the center. So while we're here, we're going to do a back bend. So we're bringing the hands on the hip, on the waist, and then we'll lengthen, and then we'll just go back a little bit, bending, but we are not going to go much further. We'll just let the head go back. So don't need to go very far, and breathe in this position. So if anyone wants to do a more advanced variation of this pose and you know you can do it safely, go ahead. I'm not going to teach it today, but if you can do it, go ahead. So you don't have to go very far. And just breathing in this pose, letting go of any tension. So sometimes there is a tendency to tense the thighs here, but you don't really need that. It's a back bend. And then slowly coming back to the center. And we're just going to go a little bit forward. So bringing your hands forward on the floor. And then we're just going to do traction cat one time. So we're going to go in here. So our hands are a little bit further than our shoulders. So we are about 1 or 2 hands forward here. And then we're just going to bring the buttocks back without going all the way to the heels. So just feeling that stretch to a point where you can actually feel that stretch. Let the head hang. So just feel that stretch that feels good for you. And you might feel like you need to go a little bit further down to feel it, but just feeling that lower back stretch. Relax the arms, reduce the pressure on the arms. So you're not going all the way down, you're just getting and stopping at your sweet spot that feels good for you. And once you found it, you can just relax into it, letting go a little bit, feeling that area elongating and decompressing. By sitting, we normally just compress vertebrae together.
So this gives us a fantastic opportunity to just stretch this bit.
And then coming back to on your standing knees, and then we're going to come up to standing, so bringing one leg forward and then the other one and coming up. Okay, so now we're going to go, we're going to be doing a few, one sun salutation and one moon salutation. So follow me as much as you can. And if anything is a bit too fast or anything, just adjust and make sure you do what's best for you. So we do one sun salutation followed by a moon salutation. So that's what we're doing today. So in coming to the front of your mat, taking a moment to let the body relax, and then tug the pelvis under a little bit and feel what it's like to be standing. And then we'll get going. So feet can be together or a little bit apart, whatever works for your body. And so inhale, exhale the palms together at the heart center. Inhale, coming up first, and then a little bit back. Exhale, coming down. Let the head hang, bring your hands on either side of each foot, and let the head hang. Bend the knees as much as you need to here. And for those of you who can get the palm of your hands on the floor by bending your knees, please do so. If you can get the palms of your hand on the floor without bending your knees, you can do that as well. And some of us won't be able to get our hands on the floor, even with bending the knees. And that's just the way the muscle sockets are, and that's fine. We acknowledge those limitations of the body, and actually we celebrate our uniqueness. And then inhale, bring the right leg back, right knee on the floor, looking up to the ceiling. And then we transition into the plank pose. So breathe normally here, unless you are used to doing sun salutation, then you can do. So now we go into the plank pose, one leg back, and then without moving any of the upper body, just the other knee. So looking down. So now bring the knees down, uncurl the toes, keep the shoulders in, bring the chest down and the shoulders down. And if this is too hard, just get down in whatever way that works for you. So buttocks hover in the air. Slide the body into one straight line. And then we come up into baby cobra. So for baby cobra, just keep your feet on the floor, lift your hands up. Keep the elbows quite close together, if they can be, close to the body, and the shoulders away from you, looking in the direction of the ceiling. You might not be looking that far at all, but just, and then bring the hands back to the chest. Curl your toes under, and then coming into inverted V. So for those of you who need to walk either your arms back or your feet forward, go ahead and do that with the hips quite high up, and let your heels get to the floor, touch the floor for those of you who can. It doesn't have to, they don't have to, it's only if it's natural for you. So now bring the left knee down and bring the right foot in between the hands, tip of your fingers so the top of the back is straight, looking up to the ceiling. And then exhaling, bring the back foot lightly to land. And then with a nice flat back, knees bent, flatten the back. And then using the weight of the legs and the arms coming up, go up first and then back. And then hands in prayer and arms by your side. So now we do the same thing, leading with the left side. So inhale, exhale, palms together. Inhale, a nice flowing movement gracefully up and back. And then exhale down,
bending your knees as much as you need to, palms on the floor. Inhale, left leg back, left knee on the floor. Check your right knee alignment, so knee directly above the heel. So tip of your fingers looking up. And now we transition into the plank pose. So plank pose, all fours first. Then just bring one leg back, coming on your toes without moving the upper body. Just lift the other knee if that works. Otherwise, keep both knees on the floor. So bring the shoulders a little bit back. So there's a nice line between the head and the toes. Now slowly, with control, bring the knees down, uncurl the toes, keep the elbows in, bring the chest down and the forehead down, buttocks hover in the air. Slide the body into one straight line, and we'll come up into baby cobra again. If you can, leave your feet on the floor, leave them on the floor. If they can be close together, that's fine. If they're not playing ball, then give in. So looking up, lift your hands, and then here, if you can go up a little bit more, go ahead. And then bring your hands down to your chest. And then getting ready for downward dog. So you can keep your knees bent all the time. And then finally, if you feel like straightening them, you can do, or you can stay with bent knees, that's fine. So in downward dog, quite a lot of room between the ears and the shoulders. Let the head hang. Again, making sure that your hand, the weight of your body is distributed on the whole hand, not just the wrist. And release your heels towards the floor or on the floor, whatever the body allows us to do. So taking one more breath here. Now we want to bring the left foot in between the hands. So if you know how to do it, go ahead. Otherwise, bring the right knee on the floor and then bringing the left foot in between the hands. Come on the tip of your fingers, looking up to the ceiling. Then bringing the back foot to meet the front foot. And then coming up with a nice flat back. So bending the knees if you need to, arms back, coming up first, and then back bend. And then relax, hand to center, and arms by your side. So we're now going to do the moon salutation. If you need to rest now, please rest. Otherwise, we'll do the moon salutation. So inhale, exhale, palms together. So taking 2 breaths here. Inhale up and back, 2 breaths. Breathe normally 2 breaths. And then exhale down, coming down. Hands, bend your knees as much as you need to. Hands flat on the floor if you can. And this time we inhale the left leg back, left knee on the floor, and then come on the tip of your fingers and look up. So 2 breaths here. And now inhale, coming up into the moon pose. So you can bring your arms in cactus arms like so, or you can leave them here and just go a little bit of a back bend, not too much. And or if you feel good, you can bring your arms up, or just or even in prayer, wherever you like, and a little bit of a back bend, 2 breaths in your back bend. So this is the moon pose. And then coming back to the center. And now we're going to go into the plank pose. So all fours, one leg back, bring the shoulders back, and then the other knee up without changing the upper body. So 2 breaths here. And then using an exhalation, bring the knees down, the chest down, and the forehead down. 8-point pose, 2 breaths. Slide the body into one straight line. So this time we come up into cobra, so you can use your hands a little bit more. So a bit of weight on the hands, but not too much. Keep your navel on the floor. So looking up towards the ceiling. And then 2 breaths here. Now transition into downward dog. 2 breaths. Release the heels, room between the ears and the shoulders. Now we want the left foot in between the hand, so you can bring the right knee down first and lightly land the left foot in between the hands. And now we go straight into the moon pose. So you choose your arm position, whichever arm position that you like. So making sure the neck is not going back too much. 2 breaths here, really opening the chest to the ceiling if you are. And then coming down into the equestrian pose, looking up. Here, 2 breaths. So the contact between the chest and the thigh here. And now exhaling, bring the back foot, the right foot to meet the left. And now bending the knees, arms back, coming up, back bend, 2 breaths. And then exhale, hands in prayer and arms by your side. So last time, leading with the right leg this time. So inhale, exhale, palms together, 2 breaths. Inhale up. Choose your arm position, 2 breaths. Exhale down. Hands to either side of the feet, let the head hang. 2 breaths. Inhale, right leg back, right knee on the floor, tip of your fingers looking up, uncurl the back toe. 2 breaths. Thigh and chest contact. And then coming up, so checking your knee alignment, your left knee is directly above the left heel, and then go choose your arm position for our half moon pose. So you can decide on your arm position yourself. And then we come down, transition into the plank pose. So if you don't want to go plank, just stay in all fours, that's fine. 2 breaths in plank. Use an exhale to bring the knees down, uncurl the toe, keep the shoulders in if possible, chest down, forehead down, buttocks in the air. Slide the body into one straight line, coming up into cobra, using your hands, shoulders away, elbows close to the body. Come up a little bit more if you can. Feet stay close together if that feels okay for you. Don't force anything. And then coming back, downward dog, 2 breaths. Hips high up. If you need to walk your feet a little bit, that's fine. Release the heels to the floor. And then the right foot in between the hands. Looking up to the ceiling, and then we come up straight into our last half moon pose. So choose your arm position that works for your body. 2 breaths. And then equestrian pose, looking forward, 2 breaths. And then back foot to meet the front foot. Coming up, back bend. And then hands into prayer and arms by your side. Okay. So we're just going to come down on the floor and just relax for a moment. So we're going to relax on our abdomen today. So coming on your abdomen, and then you can either do the baby Krishna pose, or you can do the normal pose that we do with the toes touching, or otherwise you bend the right knee and and make a pillow with your hands, if you like, one on top of the other, and then just rest the head on top. So you can almost kind of have a little bit of a twist as well with your right elbow going in the direction of the right knee. If this doesn't work for you, it's a relaxing position. So make sure you do any relaxing position. So the other position is simply to make a pillow with the hands, bring the big toes to touch, the heels to the side, and relax here. So take a few breaths. And here trying to make the exhalation a little bit longer than the inhalation. So resting. So by prolonging the exhalation, we get the body to rest quicker. And then coming back to the center. So you can carry on resting if you are resting in the normal position. Otherwise, you can turn to the side. So this time bending the left knee and then turning the head slightly to the left and make a pillow with the hands and bringing the left elbow in the direction of the left leg or left knee, if you like. Let the body relax further, letting go. There's nothing to do here, just being in the body, enjoying the experience of the body, watching the body rest, watching the body breathe. What the body does when it breathes, following the movement here. And then coming back to the center. And then we're going to come into, we're going to do a standing twist. So you can either be in Vajrasana if you like. So for anyone with knee problems, you can just sit in cross-legged or with your legs in front of you. It doesn't matter, however you like. So cross-legged for any knee problems, easy cross-leg, or legs in front. And for others who are happy to come kneeling, you can come kneeling. So make sure this is okay with your knees. Okay, so if there's any pain, don't force anything. And sometimes if it's just a slight discomfort, just having a little cushion at the back might help sometimes. So just, you can experiment some other time. So if this is going to hurt, then you might as well come in, you might come in cross-leg position, which is what I'm going to do. So now, just as normal twists, bringing the right hand to the left knee, and then just twisting to the left, keeping the spine nice and long. So inhale, the body goes up, the spine goes up. Exhale, turn a little bit more if your body allows you to. So we'll do that one more time. If you can't go any further, then just stay there. There's not too much weight with the right hand. So inhale, elongate, exhale, turning a little bit more if it feels good. So body is nice and long.
Couple more breaths here. Winding down now. Watching the body breathe. Following the breath in the body. And then slowly coming back to the center. And then we're going to go to the other side, bringing the left hand to the right knee, the right arm in front. So elongate the spine. Sorry about that. Exhale. Relax your left shoulder. And for those of you who feel nice about your eyes being closed, keep your eyes closed. If you need them open, leave them open. And feel the body breathing, feel the body relaxing. If you can, just make sure there's not too much weight on the left hand. It's just there to support, not to actually do anything else. Feeling the breath going to the left side of the body. Following the trajectory of the breath. Watching the body breathe. And then slowly coming back to the center. And now we're going to get ready for our final relaxation. So we have a slightly longer relaxation. So for those who need to leave, make sure you just lie down for 2 minutes before you actually go, if you can afford the time. This is whatever we have just done. So now we're going to do the prana relaxation that we've done before. Some of you might have done it with me before. So we're going to be here for 20 minutes. So just make sure you're nice and absolutely comfortable. So watching the resistance of the mind in the So I'm going to be using a word which is prana when I'll be instructing. Prana is the energy in the body, the energy flow in the body. So by prana, this is what I mean. And it's a little bit more than breath, but for now you can think of it as the breath and the energy accompanying the breath. So lying down and just making yourself comfortable. Making sure you're warm enough. And now laying down on your back, or if you want to do it on a chair, that's okay too. And body completely relaxed. And now bring your hands together in front of the chest. And we will start the relaxation session with a prayer. So whatever exists in the whole universe is under the control of prana. O prana, protect us as a mother protects her child. Give us affluence and intelligence. Now release the hands and start to let go of the body. So the palms facing up and the feet falling to the side, feeling completely relaxed. So make any last adjustment that you need to make. The idea is to keep the body completely still. When the body is still, the mind is still. Slowly bring the awareness to the nostrils. Start feeling the movements of the breaths at the nostrils. Your awareness beginning from the tip of the nostrils
to the root of the nose. Feel the cool air entering and the warm air coming out. Recognize the speed of your breath, the force of your breath, and the rhythm of your breath. Recognize any imbalance at the flow of the nostrils. Maybe one of the nostrils completely opened up and the other nostril may be partially closed. This is nothing but imbalance in the flow of prana. Gradually extend the awareness into the deeper levels of respiration, moving towards the throat, and extend that sensitivity into the trachea, slowly moving towards the lungs and spreading deep into the lungs. Sensitize every part and every cell of the respiratory system, beginning from the tip of the nose to the depth of the lungs. Go on feeling the breath completely, deep inner awareness. No effort, no manipulation of the breath. The most natural flow of the breath. You may also recognize jerks in the breathing. The breath may or may not be smooth and continuous. Maybe a lack of rhythm. Or there may be any other imbalance that you detect. Just recognize it, no judging. Once you clearly understand all the drawbacks in the breathing, let us proceed with correction of the breathing. Consciously make the breath deeper and deeper. Deep inhalation and complete exhalation. Take in as much air as possible during every inhalation by expanding the lungs and empty the air from the lungs with every exhalation. Now make the breath slower and slower, smoother and smoother. Slow, deep inhalation, smooth, complete exhalation. Gradually reduce all efforts. Relax yourself and allow the breath to flow once again freely and smoothly. Let the breath flow on its own. No control now, no effort. Slowly come back to the nostrils and once again start feeling the movement of the breaths at the nostril. Let us use the power of the mind to guide the flow of the breath through alternate nostrils. So we'll practice alternate nostrils by the power of the mind. So imagine and feel that you're inhaling through the left nostril slowly and exhaling through the right. Inhale through the right nostril and exhale through the left. This is one round, and do a couple more rounds on your own. Inhaling through the left, exhale right, inhale right, exhale left. You can very clearly feel the breath coming under the control of your mind and beginning to flow smoothly through alternate nostrils. Continue this practice of alternate nostril breathing, which is called Nadi Shuddhi. Recognize the wonderful effect of Nadi Shuddhi on the mind. Mind completely focused. Now drop all the efforts and once again allow the breath to flow on its own. No control, no effort. Become aware of the inner calmness of the mind and the total relaxation of the body. Let us now enter the world of prana. Let us slowly enter the field of energy by going through different sensations in the body, beginning with the chin mudra. Adopt the chin mudra, which is bringing the thumb and the forefinger of both hands together, the remaining three fingers taut. So keeping this by the side of your body, take the awareness to the point where the tip of the thumb and the tip of the index finger meet. Begin to observe all sensations in that region with pointed awareness. Do press and release with thumb and release and the index finger. So press the two together and then release. So do that a few more times, and every time you do it, feel the nerve impulses moving from the tip of the fingers to the head. Now release the fingers and slowly spread that awareness into both palms by adopting a prayer position in front of your chest. So bringing your hands in prayer at your chest. Begin to feel all the expressions of prana in the chest. Feel your heartbeat. Now separate the palms 1 centimeter. Find a surface awareness. Separate the palms few inches and bring them closer without touching. So just separate the arms, the palms, and bring them closer. And now bring closer without touching and feel the magnetic field between the hands perhaps. And now without touching the palms, just churn the palms, so just a kind of circular movements, and generate electricity slowly between the palms. The feeling becoming stronger as you increase the speed of the rotation, and the feeling becoming milder as you reduce the speed. So play with the speed at which you are rotating your hands, moving your hands without touching. Feeling that energy. And now slowly bring the hands back on the floor and spread your awareness in parts of the body which are in contact with the floor, beginning from the heels up to the back of the head. So going up the body. And as you go from the heels to the head, recognize all the sensations coming up in those regions. It may be a pulsation, pain, heat, itching, prickling, tickling, tingling. You may also experience mild electric current in some parts of the body. The subtlest expression of prana. Just recognize every subtle expression of prana. Every sensation is nothing but manifestation of prana. Prana expressing itself in the form of thousands of sensations. Gradually spread that awareness to the whole body from the top of the head to the tip of the toes. The whole body is nothing but a bundle of prana. Let us now scan the whole body with inner awareness to recognize different areas of imbalance. As you go passing through the different parts of the body, you will feel that in some parts there are unpleasant sensations. Recognize these as areas of excess energy flow. In some parts of the body, you will recognize numbness, either partial or complete. They are where energy is not flowing properly, or it may be a region of absence of prana. You can also feel blockage in some parts of the body. In some parts of the body, you will experience very pleasant sensations, subtler sensations, the region where there is harmonious flow of prana, of energy. Just recognize these imbalances in the pranic body and correct them. Use the power of the mind and direct the flow of energy into any part of the body. One can use it as a force to reduce pain in any particular part of the body, to rejuvenate the whole body, and to strengthen the immune system. Use the technique of sending positive thoughts through the flow of prana. One can spend a bit more time where there is ailment or blockage of prana in the body, really trusting in the ability of the body to heal itself. Feel the prana at the chest and channelize it downward, slowly spreading down the chest, through the front side of the hips. Feel the prana through the front side of the thighs, downward through the knees, front of the calves, front of the ankle joints, top of the feet, toes, spreading on the soles, heels, calves, slowly through the back part of the thighs, buttocks, and through the back. Same time, feel the flow of prana through the back side of the fingers, back sides of the arms, back of the arms, shoulders, and up. Continue the flow through the back of the neck and spreading through the back of the head, crown of the head, and through the forehead, down through the nose, cheeks, chin, spreading on the front of the neck to the chest. Same time, feel the prana flowing through the front side of the arms, palms, and fingers. Now, feel the whole body is charged with prana. The whole body is charged with prana. Now make a short resolution. If you have one, you can repeat it 3 times with trust and determination. If you don't have a resolution, you can repeat one, which is, my immune system is strong. My immune system is strong. My immune system is strong. Now, let us slowly come back to normal body consciousness and feeling the sensations of the body again with the vibrations of Om. So if you can chant with me. So inhale, and when we chant Om, feel the resonance throughout the body.
Take your own time. And when you're ready, coming to a comfortable sitting posture without disturbing that feeling. So keeping your eyes closed, coming to one side and coming up. And we will finish with a prayer as we normally do. So we will chant the prayer in Sanskrit as well as in English. So join me when you're ready. Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kakshit Dukha Bhag Bhaved. And now in English. Auspiciousness be unto all, perfect peace be unto all, fullness be unto all, prosperity be unto all, happiness be unto all, perfect health be unto all. May all see good in everyone. May all be free from suffering. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, which translates as, may the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. And thank you very much.